Welcome back. Hey, so um, today was the verdict on the Harvey Weinstein case, and the jury came back with some ridiculous counts on third degree sexual assault. Well, man, whatever. Listen, the guy's guilty. He got off with the severe charges because, of course, he's a leftist liberal and they're above the law, and they had to find him guilty on something. Let's go to the dishonest reporting by the media, especially CNN. Let's listen to this trash. How it's like the Washington Post, the New York Times tried to make these terrorists that were killed, Qasem Soleimani and Baghdadi, call them astute and national treasures and blah blah blah. Listen how they report this result.
Finding the longtime Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein guilty of 2 felony sexual assault charges. The jury delivering a not guilty verdict on 3 other.
Why do we got to mention that?
CNN's Gene Cesaris outside the courthouse. Gene, tell us about what we know.
Well, John, there were 5 counts altogether, but yet the jury could not find on all counts because there was a roadmap and there were some charges that were, in essence, lesser included of more major offenses. But here's how it comes down. Count 1, which was predatory sexual assault, a very serious felony where you are a predator. It is maximum life in prison. Not guilty.
Yeah, she had to point out.
Count 2, criminal sexual act in the first degree. Guilty. And that's in regard to one of the accusers in 2006 saying she was sexually assaulted.
See how they minimize everything?
Harvey Weinstein in his New York City apartment right here in
his New York City. Wait, hold on. She had to say, look how she emphasized, in his New York City apartment. You know what she's trying to say there, right? Especially in this Me Too movement. She's trying to say, you shouldn't have been in his apartment. Listen to the tone and the inflection in his New York City apartment. Listen to it. Let's go. Let's play it back.
Sexually assaulted violently by Harvey Weinstein in his New York City apartment right here in Soho. Count 3, predatory sexual assault, not guilty. The other most serious felony. Count 4, rape in the first degree, not guilty. Count 5, rape in the third degree, guilty. And that is for Jessica Mann, who alleges in 2013 she was violent.
Wait a minute. He was found guilty on third degree. So it's no longer alleges. She's not alleging anymore. He was found guilty of the crime. It's not alleged. But she has to throw it that Jessica Mann said it's an allege. Oh, no. It's no longer alleged. Man was found guilty of the crime. Okay? See, this is the thing. They did this with Epstein. Did this with McCabe. Everybody on the left. They did this with Hillary. All their people. They know they did wrong, but they try to minimize what they did wrong. Try to blame the accusers. Listen, you can hear it.
Raped in a hotel room here in New York City. So the 2 most recent accusers that had individual charges that went to the jury believed them. Not to the point of rape in the first degree, which is more serious than rape in the third degree, but there is a conviction for both of those accusers.
Okay. She has to point out, it's not as serious. It's not as serious because he didn't mean to do it. It's not as serious, people. Okay? Not as serious. Come on, man. You see how they defend each other? You don't got a problem with this.
And Gene, take us inside the courtroom. What do we know about Weinstein's reaction, whether the jury looked at him, and now he's been free during this trial? Do we know whether he's going to be kept in custody or released?
This is real. This is real bullshit right now.
Well, here's what we have so far, because the proceeding is still going on, but we do know from our producers in the courtroom the jury filed in, and there's always that moment, and it's nervous for everyone in that courtroom when you don't know what's going to happen. The jury, we understand, looked around the courtroom. They didn't look at the defendant, which is so indicative of what is ultimately going to happen.
Knows.
I've seen that before. They didn't specifically look
indicative.
at people just gazing around the courtroom, and then the verdict was read, and then it is
News
the duty
is
of the court,
of
and
opinion.
it was done. They have to poll each and every juror to make sure it is their true and honest verdict. That was done. They did say that. Harvey Weinstein was seated at the defense table.
Okay, here comes
Hard
the bullshit.
to see him because at that point, 5 armed officers were around him, standing in a circle around him, and they actually brought in 13 law enforcement into that courtroom before that jury was announced. So very secure, very...
So what is she trying to say there? What is she trying to say by that? I mean, comment on this, because my ears are hearing some anti-courtroom police and anti-police sentiment right there, because they're trying to play like the guy's a crippled and his back is hurting and his legs are failing him, and why all the beef? Why all the security? Okay, that sounds like anti-police rhetoric right there, coming from CNN. This is the dishonesty of media. The way they caption stuff, the way they emphasize on certain words, the inflections that they use. It's all to manipulate how it's subliminal. It's to manipulate how you should absorb this story. You know, the facts are the facts, but they don't want you to listen to the facts. They want you to get emotionally involved and focus on the emotion, not on the facts that this guy's a rapist, a serial rapist like Bill Cosby. Okay? Now, okay, I'm going to go on with this travesty of a news report.
Precise in the plan of what they were going to do. And let's look at the penalties for a minute, because not guilty was on the life felonies, but in regard to criminal sexual act in the first degree, count 2, minimum is 5, maximum is 25. And when you look at criminal rape in the third degree, it is a probationary offense, and it can go up to 4 years in prison, John.
So she's trying to minimize now
Nevada's in the rearview mirror.
What the sentencing should be. They want 9 years for Roger Stone, and they want only him to get probation. You see how they are you see how it's slowly trickling in now? See? Now, I don't care if you're left, you're right, you're in the center, you don't give a fuck. I care about honesty, and this is dishonest. And this is every day. This is every day. Look, people are ignorant, very ignorant. Yes, to a certain extent, because they won't listen to that story and see nothing wrong with it. Those are the ones that got that blind over their eyes and that haven't been lifted, because they still believe that what the news is telling them is the truth. There's still a lot of people out there, I would say more than half the population, still believes CNN, even Fox, they still believe the news as giving them the facts. And instead of listening to how this opinion was not the only facts that she laid out there were the ones that were written by the law. Those were the statutes for the crimes committed. Everything else was opinion. Everything else she threw in there was her producers and her masters telling her, well, when you get on air, you need to make this sound less than what it really is and more in favor of Harvey Weinstein. Because these are Obama's people. This is straight. Weinstein is an Obama person. He's a Clinton person. So they want to protect him. So the wagons are circling to protect him now. So they're telling all the media, you go out there, do your job, give them the facts on the sentencing, but make sure you throw in a big fat opinion pieces in there also. Make sure you subliminally tell them that this is going to probably be probation at best. These crimes were manifested by these women. Okay? I'm just saying, just listen to it again. You play it back for yourself in your opinion.